because you always use that acumen like defending.
I think it's like
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, bro. Come on.
As the big man just said there, people deluded, I'm back again. First things first, appreciative to everybody tuned in. Do me a favor, smash the like button, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're commenting in the comment section throughout this video, or even if you're watching it on a replay, either when this premieres or in the comment section. Now, we've been linked with Lavia again, we've been linked with Olise, along with a number of other clubs. You know, there's interest around Vlahovic and Rafinha, as we know they're players we've bidded for, so we'll look at the current status. Tierney spoken, Emil Smith Rowe has spoken, almost mashed that up there. There's no do-overs. Let's get into everything. As you can see, the Athletics author Jordan Campbell apparently spoken to Tierney, and Kieran Tierney is happy at Arsenal but insists his future isn't up to him, which that's cool. And I mean, on the face of it, why wouldn't you be happy? I know game time, you've seen Tomiyasu, Kyrgios, Zinchenko all play ahead of you. You're having to learn this new role of being a left-sided fullback. You're 26 and a Scottish international and was previously, you still are a key player, but one of the first names on the team sheet, someone who was allegedly earmarked to be captain. I want Tierney to stay. If Tierney is going to move, we need big money. So on the face of it, of course he's happy at Arsenal and under Arteta, but on the end of it, who knows? Apparently, he's insisted his Arsenal future is not up to him, but he is happy at the North London club. It's true, it's not. He has been a key player for the Premier League side since he arrived in 2019, but last season obviously saw his game time reduced, and he has been linked with Manchester City, actually returned to Celtic and Newcastle. Newcastle seems to be the strongest link. Tierney did, however, still feature in 36 matches across all comps last season and says he always remained committed every time he plays for Mikel Arteta's side. It's not really up to me, my future. I'm happy. I'm working hard every day and getting minutes. I'm just trying to do as well as I can. No, I haven't had conversations with Arteta. So that might tell you that's conversations to come, or there's nothing to be said in that. On the phase of it, you're not playing, you're linked with a move away. But internally, he's happy as you can be, as much as not playing. But his future isn't as in doubt as some may be believing. Who knows, people? Anywho, on that, you can't play every single game, every single season, every single year. I don't expect that. And I still made a lot of appearances last year. I was ready every game and working 100%. I think everyone in there would agree with that I never give less than I never give less than that, whether I'm playing or not. Sorry, people, got tongue tied. In the games I did play, I tried to do my best for the team. I came off the bench a lot last season, whether that was to see out games or help to get a goal. Scrolling all the way down, he spoke on Declan Rice. He said, Declan actually said the other day he feels like he's been here for so long, which is great. It's such a close group, great teammates, great staff. So I think they're all loving it, the new players. We had a few songs as well. Declan gave us Ice Ice Baby, as he always does. So yeah, he's loving the Rice Rice Baby. They integrated really well. We've done some team activities together. It's been just what the new boys needed. As you know, you can imagine in America, as much as it's about playing in pre-season, got to do some sightseeing and seeing what the world has to offer, which some of these footballers have traveled to, you know, more countries than I could name right now. Smith Rowe is ready to bounce back from an injury-plagued season, and we're all backing him. Get your Emil Smith Rowe stocks, people. Let me know, do you think the future is dark or bright for Emil Smith Rowe at Arsenal? He says he's feeling fresh, fit, and ready to prove his worth for Arsenal after an injury injury hit season last year, which is great. He's got a mini pre-season playing for England's under 21s and been loading up minutes. Come and show Mikel Arteta, whether it's as a rotating 8, whether it's on the left, whether it's in the 10, you've got a squad player that you can rely on in me. You can bring me off the bench and I can get more minutes, or I need to start, really, because he was the guy with Saka. At 22 years of age, you know, it's now time to get going again. He's had a stop-start campaign last year. Hopefully next season he stays fit. If he stays fit, I think everything else falls into place. I'm feeling good. It's good to be back with the boys, back on the pitch with my teammates. My ambition is to get more minutes this season and really push on. Last year was really hard for me, so I just want to kick on now and prove that I can play for this club. It was really tough because I had surgery twice, so it was really hard. Bloody hell, man. But my family, friends, and club helped me get through it. Get through it. I'm just really happy to be pain-free right now and get fit. This was my first time having surgery, so it was a really tough decision to take, but I went for it. I'm happy that I don't feel anything anymore. I'm really happy to be fully fit now. Keep going. He then said it was an amazing experience with the under-21s to obviously win in Georgia. And then he said, I'm at a big club at Arsenal. If I didn't have competition, there wouldn't be no point. Amen. I have to push myself every day in training, keep working hard. It's tough competition, ambition, but it's good at the same time. I need to keep working hard and believing in myself. We're very ambitious. We want to win trophies. We're back in the Champions League, which is good for the club. So really ambitious for us. And I want to push on now. There's definitely a lot of confidence going into the new season. We're a young team as well. So to get that far last season was really good from us. But of course, we want to win trophies. So we are going to definitely try and be stronger this year and take it a step further. Big up him in that regards. Chelsea have been linked with signing Ajax midfielder Mohamed Kudus. Allegedly, they have made contact with Ajax to express an interest in signing him. So they've expressed an interest. Some say he's been talking to parties for over a couple of months now. They haven't bidded yet. So we'll have to see. He's contracted until 2025. I can't begrudge Pochettino's men for wanting the 5'9" versatile Ghana international. He'd be a hit at Arsenal, and I'm sure Timber still has his number. Go and talk to your guy, man. Really and truly. So let's move on with that. Allegedly, people, this is in relation to Mikel Arteta. What has been said here specifically. Reece Nelson did a good job when he came in at moments last year. Personally, I'm not sure they completely trust him to complete exactly when they need to. Their big worry will be if they suffer a bad injury somewhere that will end up with him playing a long number of games. So maybe it's not even that they're worried about Nelson being able to play the odd game. It's that they want a challenger to compete with him if there are more games than that to cover. That's true. And Nelson's still injured at the moment and has had injury issues of his own, people. Ben Jacobs on Kudus has said Arsenal are genuinely interested in Mohamed Kudus for sure. First of all, they'll need to resolve the situation of Partey, who has interest from Saudi Arabia. Outgoings will be key to understand what Arsenal do next, but Kudus is one player on the list. Now, naturally, we probably have to start focusing on getting players gone. I don't know if you can take everybody's word for gospel, but for all of the talk around Partey staying, leaving, staying, Arteta said he wants him to stay as a key part of the team, and he hasn't had any conversations around him departing. Things can change in football. It's an ever-changing landscape, but there you have it there, people. And once again, Arsenal apparently are now genuinely interested in another Ajax star in relation to Kudus. We have set our sights on making Kudus the next big money signing in the summer window. He has been linked with Manchester United, Newcastle United, also Brighton, and as we saw, Chelsea as well. So we'll have to see exactly what's gonna happen in that regards. Cedric Suarez has been linked with a whole host of clubs. The one club that has been name dropped is Villarreal, but in terms of getting a bid placed for him and a bid ultimately or a deal agreed with Arsenal, seems like we're a long way from that. Like Pepe, he's playing no part of our tour on America, in America. Moving on, apparently Arsenal and Chelsea are fighting to sign Crystal Palace star Olise, who's currently nursing an injury, the 21-year-old, people. He's been linked with Chelsea and Manchester City. A bit like Kudus, he's versatile. You know, probably at home on that right-hand side, can play as a 10, can play in a couple of roles. 21 years of age, has a fantastic technical level, and he looks like he has a really big willingness to want to learn, and he's competitive. There's a lot to like about him, and why I'm sure if you're Arsenal fan, City fan, Man United, whatever club would want him, people. Apparently, there was some rumors saying that this 45 million pound release clause wasn't a thing in his Palace contract anymore. But apparently, you know, Chelsea are on the verge of bidding 45 million quid. Having just lost Zaha to Galatasaray, I don't know if Crystal Palace will want Eze or Olise to depart at any moment. Apparently, he has a release clause of 35 million, which we could spend a lot less than, you know, you could buy a lot, you could get a lot less for a lot more. So I think it's a deal. He's 21 years of age, and I think Crystal Palace spent 8 million on him from Reading. They'll make a tidy profit, even if it is 35 odd million quid, people. He only scored 2 goals in all comps last season, so goals and assists he will need to improve to bring numbers. We all saw the fantastic free kick he scored against Man United. Apparently, he provided 11 assists in the Premier League, which only Salah and Kevin De Bruyne can say they bettered. And respectfully, that's for Crystal Palace. What would he do in a better team? Crystal Palace could hand Arsenal a free run at their attacking target Kudus this summer. Chelsea, once again, are also keen on the versatile Olise. So we've been linked with Kudus and Olise, 2 very different players, but they can play in a bunch of roles, and they could probably be a genuine option if Saka isn't there on the right-hand side. And you've seen us bring a lot of versatile players in, and have a lot of versatile players in since Arteta was here. So we'll have to see, really and truly. Let me know your thoughts on Kudus, on Olise as well. Apparently, we're also monitoring Kudus' situation closely and are expected to table an offer for his services once we offload some of our fringe players in Nicolas Pepe, Cedric Suarez, the Tavareses, the Lokongas, and we all know the players that need to bust out. Crystal Palace can ensure that Arsenal don't need to rush into negotiations with Ajax, but by being willing to open negotiations with Chelsea for Olise. I wouldn't want them to get either player. He's currently nursing an injury, so we'll have to see. But having let Zaha go, or Zaha's gone, I'm not sure they're involved. I mean, with the youngster project that we're doing, I'm sure we'll be enticed to it for Olise. Obviously, like Arsenal, Chelsea are in London. They've got Poch, who is good for young players. There's a rebuild potentially going on. Chelsea would be an attractive, proposition for him. It'd be silly not to entertain Manchester City, to learn from Pep Guardiola, to win things and be in that squad. But in terms of game time, Chelsea and Arsenal could obviously offer Olise a lot more game time. But that being said, Mahrez seems on the verge to go into the Middle East. Maybe Olise could come in that regard. So we'll have to see. The Mail has said he has a £35 million buyout. Surely that could be done immediately. Once again, Chelsea, Arsenal, City are among the clubs who have registered an interest in the Crystal Palace star Olise, as 90 Minutes says here, people. Chelsea, Arsenal, and treble winners City have all expressed an interest in the player. As you know, Arsenal have been looking for wide men, so which Olise falls under. We've been linked with Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Diaby, a lot of players. We tried to buy Mudryk in Jan. Obviously, we got Trossard, so we'll see. I mean, Bacola of Lyon would be lit if City get him. It's over. That Kane Road is going to be lit. But you can see why you're linked with Chelsea, Arsenal, and City, having let Mahrez go and things like that. Paris Saint-Germain also retain an interest in him, and he represents France at international level, as you saw with the under-21s and things like that. Who knows? His younger brother, people, Richard Olise. I actually think Olise has spent time as a schoolboy at Arsenal and Chelsea, but his brother is currently at Stamford Bridge, so that might help them out in that regards, really. Apparently, once again, we're keen on Olise. Again, we're reading the same things at this moment in time. It would be lit. It would be stupid not to. And if we could do something around Lokonga, Tavares, any of our one-to-way players, why not, really? If Smith Rowe was to go on loan, maybe Olise and Smith Rowe on loan, even though I wouldn't be for that, people. I'd thought it's worth. I don't see us getting Olise, but the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Mahrez has been linked with a move to the Middle East. This article has basically spoken about Rafinha and said Barcelona have no intentions of selling him unless a stupid offer arrives. We've been linked with Rafinha. Vlahovic has actually been linked with West Ham and Aston Villa. Aston Villa, who are having quite the recruitment drive. West Ham, who have 105 million in their bank. Previously a player that some fans might not be keen on anymore, and we all know he was taking around the houses for him, but Mikel Arteta did have an interest, maybe a striker. I mean, Balogun and Eddie Nketiah, whether they're able to fill in if Jesus isn't there or be someone that bags, I don't know. Jesus, I back him to score 20 plus goals, but if I had to bet on it, he's more like a 10-15. While we got 80 goals last year, if we could become a team that could get towards 100, we'll be laughing. I don't think we'll bring in a striker. I would like a target man that's just a bit different, as much as I like Jesus, and he's one of the first names on the team sheet, so we'll have to watch that. Lavia apparently is the main target for Liverpool, people, and the doors are open for the player, and they're waiting on simply a call to the agent to get this move done. As we know, where the 50 million, 60 million pound valuation from Southampton at this moment in time is put off Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, anyone that's been linked with him. It's claimed the Merseyside club have to convince Southampton to depart ways, but Lavia is open to joining Liverpool. We've also been linked with him. Rudy Galletti has said, on Arsenal side, the Gunners showed an interest some days ago at the beginning of July, but they have to manage some exits before they make concrete moves in the market. One of many on his way, for example, is Partey, but they have to go deeper in the situation, so they are quite locked in the market as told. At the moment, they are more in the background for Lavia, and to date, we consider Liverpool the club most interested in Lavia. Personally, I think even with Partey, I think we could do with another central midfielder. I don't think Partey needs to leave this summer, especially after letting Granit Xhaka go, but let me know your thoughts. One player who could be departing, young Austin Trusty. Apparently talks have stalled with Rangers over a move over there, people, which the one thing you are seeing with these links is players need to leave before we bring people in. So we'll have to see how these develop, but he's been linked with a move away. Currently, he doesn't seem closer to making that move away. In relation to Balogun, Rudy Galletti has said Arsenal have set the price that Inter Milan have considered, but the aim is to lower the price in the next days, in the next contact, maybe with a buyback clause, including something similar to negotiations. Today, despite the talks ongoing with Morata's entourage, Balogun remains at the top of Inter's list. Also, Juventus have an interest in the last week for the American striker. Until Vlahovic leaves, no incoming moves on Juventus side as expected. So we'll have to see. But one consistent rumor seems to be we need to sell before we could buy. You know, I'm not one to religiously follow in the nose and stuff, but Team News and Tick seems to have a good record with this transfer stuff. Again, until people are holding shirts, who knows? But he has said, I have no idea if this Olise story is true, but wonder if this could have happened because Kudus has been speaking to someone else for months and months now. Now, we saw in January, we wanted João Felix and Mudryk, and we know they ended up at Chelsea. Where Kudus and Olise are concerned, I don't think we'll bring in both, but one of the two would be welcomed at the Emirates. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. We've gone over Olise, we've spoken about Kudus, we've spoken about Emil Smith-Rowe, we've spoken about Kieran Tierney and Lavia. Let me know your thoughts on everything we've discussed. You lot stay blessed, stay safe, smash the like button, comment your thoughts, turn on your notification bells, check out the rest of the vids. Have a good day, good week, whatever.
There's always just that active red flag, defending.
I think it's like